Twizzle Sticks. What's Twizzle? Listen, after he gained some subscribers and putting his own show, Twizzle, where you at, bro? Stop playing with me. Where's the gang? Everybody sleeping. Listen, they do a lot during the day. I know. They are on all. Listen, we all watch the same shows, okay? I'm in the chat. I'm watching. I'm like this. I'm laying back. I'm in the chat. I'm watching someone show. I'm in the chat, and Heather, Kane. Like, listen, they put a lot of hard work in true crime. Big shout out in the hit different. Round of applause for Heather. A round of applause for Kane. Ah, come on, man. Brothers and sisters right there. They put in a lot of hard work in true crime, and it's so much appreciated. Just keep up the good work. He's different. Big shout out to Dago. Big shout out to Dago. They, big shout out. It's Ohio. It's an Ohio thing. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Dago and Lana. Yes, actually, it's not the brass. It's brass and a tie and less steel minute. You see though, you know what's crazy though? Like, if you're gonna be telling people for years, for the longest this case was developing, by the time all this DNA, IgG, all this other shit that y'all was doing, you know what I mean, came all about. You talking about that this material, this DNA material came out of the brass button of the sheath. Is it me? And then to find out that nope, that story, just that by itself is reason for appeal. Again, I repeat, fuck a deal. Why Ann Taylor, knowing even because think about it, what we have witnessed about this case since the documents started coming out, Ann Taylor know way shit more than that. Bob said this case will never got off the ground if the truth was known in the beginning. Facts. Big shout out to Bob. He hit different. That's my guy. Coming to the left field. Home run. James said, right, Bob, from the absolute beginning. Right. They knew that they had to let's say not lie, but hid, because you got to be very technical. These lawsuits and shit going on. So they did not lie. They hid details and utilized wordsmith like we dumb. Like they utilize language and strategy and legal loopholes, legal dirty loopholes, trickery with the backup. Believe me, none of these would have happened, in my opinion. None of these would have happened if we have fair judges in place in Layton County. Because these would have not never lift off the ground, like Bob said, if Meghan Marshall wouldn't post that warrant against Bryan Kohberger that opened the door for Moscow PD to go to Pennsylvania with a task force, taxpayer money, and go to Pennsylvania to dig into trash. Because whatever they told Mayor Marshall that they have, that it was solid for them to get that warrant, they did not have evidence to back it up. And that's why they needed to dig into the trash can to validate the warrant after the warrant was already expedited and after you are already in Pennsylvania with a warrant that you have to knock, who is it, show your badge and pick the man up, because the man, Bryan Kohberger in this case, have never had police contact, only once in Pennsylvania, and it was a 911 call because he got stranded in the park. He was running for a little bit too long, and his car was behind the gates. So the Rangers came and opened the gates for him. That's it, in Pennsylvania. Then in Idaho, whatever tickets, whatever the times the either Moscow PD or Pullman police stop them for tickets or whatnot, traffic stops and shit. A man that he has a permit to carry a weapon, clean record, no police record. He's in college. Going for a PhD on criminal justice. Everybody's like, oh, on criminology. No, criminal justice. Get it right. Get it right. A PhD on criminal justice. Degree on criminology. Degree on psychology. Huh? Knowledge and degrees and all these cloud forensic data and all this other stuff. Y'all should know all this stuff before y'all went to pick up this man. Because again, you got to do your homework on your target, right? But like you have the justice enabling dirty deeds, even though if you have a warrant for a fugitive of the law that you already located, that you've been watching for a minute already in Pennsylvania, you already located him. You could have just go and knock, who is it, and pick him up without blowing this man's windows up. You could have picked Bryan Kohberger without blowing the windows of his parents' house. They say it was no footage of this, but how Pennsylvania State Police said that is footage? That they have body cams and stuff. Where's their body cams? They said they said it on the press conference that they have body cams on, that the state troopers in Pennsylvania, I think it was the SWAT team had cameras. Which, if you ask me, it's a SWAT team, they should be mandated. But they keep that on the hush. Where's the footage? That was well known that the windows of these people, that the entry of these residents was violent. It was intimidation. It was an unnecessary intimidation tactic when you could have just knocked on the